What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the video. This is Outdoors for Living. My name is Greg. A couple of years ago, I had posted a video about cleaning my gutters without the use of a ladder. That video got a lot of questions and feedback, and going back to the video, I realized there's some things that I wanted to go in a little more detail on. If you're watching this video, you're probably a homeowner with trees nearby. In my case, I have this very large sycamore tree, which is really close to our house. We absolutely have a love-hate relationship with this tree. We do like the tree a lot, but the tree also produces a lot of leaves and other things. For this setup, you're going to need a pressure washer. In this case, I'm using a Ryobi 212cc gas-powered pressure washer. I have this Mr. Long Arm extension pole. This extends from 8 foot out to 23 foot. This pole is very sturdy, and I do have multiple other uses for it besides just doing this. I do want to point that out right now because a lot of the comments I got on my original video were letting me know that there are pole setups you can get on Amazon just for pressure washers for cleaning gutters. Feel free to check those out. Looks like they're about $100. I do kind of question the quality a little bit. Again, this Mr. Long Arm pole is very good quality, and this setup does have a little bit of weight on it, especially if you're extended out as far as I am. In order to do this, you'll need an extra section of pressure washer hose. We're going to use the wand that does come with the pressure washer. You're also going to need this two-way gutter nozzle. I got this on Amazon. I'll have a link in the description for that. You're going to need some electrical tape, and I also use one of the large gear ties, but it's not absolutely necessary. All right, first we're just going to unscrew the wand end out of the pressure washer gun. It is important to pay attention to this. I've had some other pressure washers in the past where these wand ends connected differently. You want to make sure that your pressure washer gun's wand end has the same threading as a pressure washer hose. Now we're clicking in the two-way gutter nozzle on the end of the wand. Next, we're going to take our extra section of pressure washer hose and we're going to thread that into the end of this wand. When I'm doing this, I usually just get these hand tight. I don't typically use a wrench. The main thing is whenever you're doing your test run, you just want to make sure you don't have any leaks. All right, now we're going to take the long arm pole and we're going to extend the furthest section out a few feet. I like to do this on the back of a truck or on a table, but I'm going to lay this down on top of there, and then I'm going to take electrical tape, and I'm going to do about 3 wraps on the wand. I do like electrical tape because it does make a pretty strong connection when you do have multiple wraps, and when it's time to take it back off, it does come off nice and cleanly. All right, now we're taking that extra section of pressure washer hose, and we're going to screw that into the end of the pressure washer gun. Again, just hand tight. If you're going to have another person helping you that's going to squeeze the trigger of the gun while you're cleaning, you don't have to do this next part. Having a second person does make this a little bit easier, but it still is very easy to do by yourself. So for today's example, I'm going to set this up and do everything solo. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to do the same as I did before, and I'm going to take a couple good wraps of electrical tape and tape the gun to the pole. I am intentionally leaving about 8 or 10 inches of pole extending past the gun. And the reason I'm doing that is when you're cleaning the gutters, you'll want to twist back and forth. And it's better to twist with the pole than with the gun because that tape will either break or you could damage the gun itself. Now, if you're doing this solo, you can either use electrical tape or if you have one of these gear ties or something similar, it's just nice to have that to kind of help with the extra hose at the end. That's going to be it for setup. All right, here's a quick before shot of one of the gutters before we clean it. As you can see, it's pretty full of sticks and leaves. The way that my gutter system is set up on my house is the upper roof's downspouts go to a lower roof on the front and the back of my house. And then that lower roof is what takes it to the downspout, which takes it down off the house and to the ground. When I do this, I start with the lower roofs first and clear out those gutters. Once I'm done with the lower roofs, I will then go to the upper roof so that I have a clean flow of the gutters to the ground. Okay, we're going to set the gutter nozzle down into the gutter and start spraying. And as you can see, it sprays out both ways and it also rotates. While I'm doing this, I am rocking the pole left to right a little bit to kind of create different angles. And then I'm lifting it up over the gutter hangers as I go. And what I've found before is sometimes spraying closer to the debris will help chew it up. And then sometimes having that spray a little bit further back will also help with pushing out larger pieces like sticks. Once I get to the end, I take one of the tips of the gutter nozzle and I point it down into the downspout. And I do the same thing where I spray and I kind of rock the entire setup left to right a little bit to try to hit all the different angles. This step is to ensure that there is no blockage in that downspout. I typically will do this several times throughout the process. I've done it this way for several years and I've never had any issues. All right, here's a quick after shot. As you can see, the gutters are clear. There still is some debris on the roof that we're going to take care of here in a minute. The last step that I do is I'll either take a garden hose with a regular nozzle, or I will take the pressure washer nozzles off of the setup so that they're no longer pressurized. But I'll go back through and spray a bunch of water to clean off any debris on the gutter. And then I also spray up onto the roof to help wash those tiny little pieces of debris into the gutters. What I'm doing is I'm making sure that I do have a good steady flow going down that downspout so that I don't have any blocks. All right, we're on to the next roof. This is the higher roof gutter. As you can see, it's equally as blocked up as the bottom one was. We're going to repeat the process for these gutters. And the remainder of this video, I'm just going to talk about some pros and cons with this system. I do think that this is a good setup for a DIY homeowner, depending on your circumstances. I do not think that this setup would be 100% ideal if you're trying to have like a side business where you clean people's gutters. This method, like other methods of cleaning gutters, will create a mess that you will have to clean up at the end. However, you do have a pressure washer, keep in mind, so cleaning that mess up typically does not take more than a couple minutes to just spray everything off, or you could just use a garden hose, a broom, or a leaf blower. Now, there are some other methods similar to this that I have tried. I have tried a method with a long hose that hooks onto a leaf blower. I think it was called the Gutter Viper. It worked okay, but with some of the larger debris, I had trouble getting it out, and it just wasn't as quick as this method is. I have seen videos of people using a shop vac. I have not tried that method personally, but that could be another one that you could try. However, with these roof gutters being as high as they are for my situation, I don't know if I would be able to do it with at least the shop vacs that I do have. The thing that I do really like about this setup is everything, with the exception of that two-way gutter nozzle, is something that I can use for other setups with my pressure washer. I do really like the way that that two-way nozzle does hook onto the gutters. It kind of makes it so that you don't have to always be holding the full weight of this up. It's not a bad amount of weight, but it is enough that it probably would make you tired if you weren't able to rest that nozzle. And then, like I said before, it does give you the ability to slowly rock that nozzle back and forth and clear the debris out. When you do have that nozzle in the gutter, you don't want to rock it so far left to right that you are spraying up underneath your shingles and potentially damaging your shingles. I do like this method a lot. I have been doing this for several years. Like I've been saying, I've never had any issues with it. I think it is a lot safer than getting up on a ladder and moving all over your house, trying to clean your gutters. I also find it's pretty efficient, especially once you have everything set up. As long as you have all the pieces nearby and you're not going around looking for them, I think set up, tear down, and doing the whole job, I can basically do my whole house in under an hour. Okay, here's a final shot of this upper gutter. As you can see, it's nice and clear now. And a couple hours after I shot this, there was a very heavy rainstorm where I didn't have any issues with the gutter overflowing or clogging or anything like that. I will have links for everything that I used in this video in the information bar for the video. If you do have any questions, comments, or feedback, please feel free to put that in the comment bar below and I will get back to you. If you did find this video useful, please consider liking and subscribing. And also, if you do have a method that doesn't involve the use of a ladder on how you clean your gutters, please let me know down below. I'm curious to see how you do it. All right, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you come back again.